Joy just made the very suspicious remark that my hair's a bit like an octopus. So maybe I work for the mother. Maybe I'm a mummy's boy. Doing an
We're gonna,
impression, my hair like that.
what are we going to do that? Never mind.
You just spill them everywhere. You spill the crisps. It's all right.
Huh?
Remember, God say it.
What? Talk to the camera, help me.
Intelligence, clumsiness.
Oh, you're alive.
A mouthful of
Okay.
crisps. Anyway,
Right.
stops her talking for a bit. It's fine. So yeah. Relevant that the tentacles will be going over the mouth. You know, kind of like the masks that they're trying to put over our mouths at the moment. That's what that reminded me of. Anyway, back to the rote notes. I'll try and do this quick, you will. Oh yeah, last but not least, I don't, pretty sure I didn't mention this already. Apologies if I did. Um, yeah, she said it felt like this assault lasted a lifetime. Yeah, the way that dreams can be 10 minutes but feel like 10 hours or even 10 days or even 10 years. You know, um, it felt like it was on like an infinite loop, like the Ouroboros. Yeah, which I believe this AI consciousness, this spider-like, octopus-like being to be in control of and to be put in control with. Um, so yeah, on the on the mark of it, quick before moving to the next one, making it 44. I agree that these dreams, these nightmares they're an archonic attack launch essentially. I think um, I reckon because Joy's starting to wake up and seeing the Neo codes, as you put it, they're trying to get her to see through Octovision quickly, you know, right? Like it's done to you, me, N, Pip, Ducky. Yeah, so that she only sees the mirage again. You know what I mean? Rather than the X-ray vision. I like that. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I am a shill. Um, yeah. So that's what I feel. I know. Um, started to play the name game again as we keep doing. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Um, yeah. So tentacle. Okay, tent. So to be cast over all of us and everything. Yeah. Um, the tent pegs, the strings, tentacles that have been hammered in to the earth. Yeah, I believe this is how you pronounce it, an acle. So tent, acle, ACLE. I looked that up just to see if it meant anything. It came back to mean a tall Asian tree. Okay, it's a very heavy, hard, durable wood of of the acle. Yeah, okay. What did I tell you about trees, about roots? The tentacle-like in themselves, right? Spider-like in themselves, right? Even spider, spy.
I spy with my little eye.
Something beginning with M.
Magpie.
Oh, I was going to say mother.
Oh.
Thank you, darling. Yeah. So yeah, tent overall, and acle being the roots. Strange how these things. It's strange how things change. You know, it's as you said, the inside projecting the out, creating our own reality. If this thing can do it, then so can we. Yeah, tentacle 10. 10X, Sea of the Saturn, Mark of the Beast, 10, frying popcorn at me, naughtiness. Yeah, 10. I'm reaching a little bit here, but then so's this thing, so maybe we're just evening the score. Um, 10, ta, ta, tentacle, tactile.
No.
Does that not work?
Oh, no.
Does it work? Well, I did have something. It's not just that. It's tack. If you look up tack, hang on. I did. I'm pretty sure I put it on here. Oh no, did I not put it on here? Basically, tack is a gaming term, and as we know, with this electromagnetic, plasmic, I hate this word,
Yeah,
cellular,
yeah.
because of my
American,
lisp. It's
no.
hard to say cellular,
American.
and holographic universe that's been gridded down here. Um, yeah, it's a game. It is a game. So yeah, there's a gaming term called tack, which is when you're low on health, or you're trapped or you've glitched up, or whatever, you kill yourself. Yeah. So it's tactical suicide. That's what it is. That's exactly what it wants us to commit. Okay? As N so perfectly put, our death is its life, right? So yeah, maybe I'm reaching. Joy thinks so, but yeah, 10 and then tack this death cult of Saturn. Yeah, Mummy's Boys. Um, that's not actually mine. I wish I could coin that. That's not mine to use. Like, it didn't come from me. Always give credit where it's due. That's a lovely bloke who doesn't agree with YouTube, which I can understand because of all you know chilly shit and and the spies and the robotards. He has his own site. It's very very much worth looking up. It's basically, most people, they wake up and they turn on, you know, they turn on the satanic news, don't they? And then they get what they need to know, what they need to be told, apparently, about what's going on in the world. I turn him on in the morning. I see what you guys have written for me, and then I go straight to his site because he has his own website rather than YouTube. It's the ocsarc.com. Speaks a lot about the mother. Um, yeah, he calls worshippers of the mother mummy's boys, which I always thought was quite fitting. Um, where are we? Yeah, so octopussy, octopussy. Okay, so two ways that is. So feminine, as I said before, the divine feminine that is taken the the namesake of. Again, I believe I also agree with agree with Ed when he stated that the true creator is almost like octopus-like in nature. I kind of understand that after a bit more research and from his inspiration of how that might be so. Um, I mean, for one, it would explain the omnipresence of a creator, of the creator, you know, from every direction, nine brains, all knowing. Um, Obviously, I completely dismantle the octopus like nature, but that's exactly the point. It's like it in nature, the machine mother, you know. Otherwise, every octopus is a piece of shit, along with every spider. It's spider-like in nature, and it's octopus-like in nature, arthropod in nature, and cephalopod in nature. Doesn't mean the other animals are. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, it can only copy, it can only rewrite, and the only it's always however you perceive it. Satan, the demiurge, the machine mother, it's all the same. It's all the same. Um, and that's exactly the point because all it ever does is the same, and all it's ever had to copy because it's always wanted to be a god itself is the Almighty, right? So it would be closer to copying and rewriting an octopus-like being if that happened to be the the true creator is perceived as. So, a few examples I've come up with to back this up would be okay. A prime one would be how the serpent and the dragon have been interweaved. Okay, so I don't. It's been a while since I've read up on the New Testament. I try to leave the Old Testament alone. Well, it's the same as like listening to a shill, for example. You can still learn from that. See what I mean? Because it's nine truths and one lie, and after a while, you can spot what that one lie is by reading them, by watching them. Same as I don't know, you might watch interviews with psychopaths. You can pick up on the traits more. Same thing. Um, I've gone off on one again. Hang on. Um, right, yeah. So Old Testament is um, again very much what you both said, 44, and N. I do believe it to be the demiurge. I always say it's Kronos. I mean, El is Yahweh, Yahweh. No, sorry, Yahweh. I say it's El, Saturn, Satan, Kronos, Father Time, Grim Reaper, Divine Feminine, Machine Mother. So yeah, that's the psychopath of the Old Testament Bible, essentially, in my opinion. What I can work out with the work done about. So yeah, stick to New Testament essentially, and just try and break it down because I know there's so many lies and decryptions and coding in it in itself. Fun, it's like the crosswords, you know. Um, to the point, I believe the scripture goes, um, and there is it, and there he falls, that ancient dragon, that old serpent, is something along them lines. But the point being that they merge the two. Okay, um, the same way that Satan, Demiurge, the Machine Mother has done the exact same thing. It's more spider-like in nature. Okay, as Armageddon Consciousness has put out in one of the more recent videos, but it's it's going to, like any demonic entity, it's going to pretend that it's something higher than itself, right? Because they're power hungry. So the same way that I believe the Machine Mother has pretended to be Father Time, you know, the mother is pretending to be the father. Okay, William on the OCS arc actually taught me this. So yeah, so it's also going to, the same way the mother is going to pretend to be the father. It's also going to, as as a spider, it's going to pretend to be an octopus if that's closer to the creator's form. You see. So yeah, coming back, serpent, dragon. Well, serpent stands for wisdom, okay, and fire, and they've taken that the same way they've taken every shape, every pattern, you know, every word, and flipped it and reversed it and turned it inside out, left, right, up, down, black, white, dark and light. Same shit, different toilet. So they've done it again, and they did it with the serpent. They've taken the wisdom and the fire, and they've turned it into knowledge and illumination, right? But the dragon is feminine in nature. The dragon is the machine mother, right? The serpent, they've just thrown it in, okay? And I've even done it. You'll hear me slag off the serpent a lot. Okay, I've had sea snakes. They're beautiful creatures, but I mean, you know, in the sense of it being an evil um, conduit, if you will. I mean that, but I mean it because of the way that they've taken it and used it. So, same thing. They've made the octopus look like the spider, which is why I say it. They've made the serpent look like the dragon, which is why I say it. And here's another account to try and back up my point further. So I don't know how many of you have read or seen Stephen King's It. The second one, as I've said before, happens to be one of my favourite films of all time. But to the point, Stephen King's an occultist in himself, he's actually not a very nice bloke whatsoever. But there you go. The point being, they all fucking know all this. They know what's going on, okay? And they put it out because they don't think that you're intelligent enough to know it yourself. The problem is, all they've got is their brain. They don't have a mind or a heart. It's shut down the same way that a psychopath is shut down to his or her amygdala gland. People think it's because they were born without one. That's not it. It's because they've chosen not to use it. The same way if you don't do a lot of mathematics, that part of your brain kind of dies down, so another part can be more energized and awoke. Same thing. They've shut it all down. They've chosen to, right? So I'll give you another point. Give you another point. Right. So you got Pennywise, which is mainly it's based on three demonic entities essentially. It's based on an insectoid, a reptilian, and an archon. Okay, all three once again same excrement from a different lavatory, really, but that's the three, the unholy trinity. Once again, see they know exactly what they're doing, exactly what they're doing. So Pennywise's arch enemy is this giant cosmic turtle called Manchurin. Okay, which is interesting because, of course, maturing, right? Which is what we all do when we awake. Pennywise is a child. Okay, we spoke of this before. Pennywise is childlike in nature as well as spider-like in nature, right? So they are literally polar opposites of each other. So I'll read you what maturing is. A turtle of massive size with an ancient appearance. Maturing existed long before the creation of the mainstream universe. Okay. Um, it also has the universe on its back, but if you look at the pictures of it, it's the universe is flat. I'll leave that one there just to ponder and look into if you want to. Okay. Um, it's all truth in plain sight. Always, brothers and sisters. They have to. They have to. They have no choice. Doesn't work otherwise. Um, yeah. So my point being, turtle-like in nature. Okay. The protagonist is turtle-like in nature. So marine-like in nature. Okay. Aquatic in nature. Okay. Just like the octopus. Right. So let's have a look at what Pennywise's true form is. I mean, again, it all speaks for itself, doesn't it? So it's like on the Archon side, he's a clown, and as N says, the chief Archon demiurge is clown-like. That's how it's perceived by the Gnostics, right? So you've got that side. The reptilian side is pretty obvious. It shapeshifts, it loosh feeds on fear, and it eats children. Adrenochrome, right? And then, of course, and this is my point, you've got the insectoid side. Okay, so it's an arachnid creature. It's also actually feminine, which people forget. So Pennywise is not only a child in its own species, which is why it plays with other children. So in the films and in the book, when it kind of comes across to be lonely, it is lonely. It's the only one left of its kind, maybe the only one that ever was of its kind, and it is lonely and it does want to play. It's a child. Joy actually popped this one into my mind and my heart because I was like, what? I thought it was a bit silly, It's terrifying, and horrifying, especially if you're a child when you watch it. Um, yeah. See, Pip, your thing is arachnids, yeah. So I'll tread carefully here, okay. Mine was coulrophobia. See, that's not actually clowns as much as it is to do with the retinas and how we put colours together. Okay, because there's so many different colours going on with a clown that the human retina gets confused. It's like it doesn't know. It's hot. It's like if you looked at someone they didn't have a face. We associate with another human being by the face. That's why you'll always look at someone's haircut, but never their shoes, for example, always up. So yeah, it's to do with the way the retinas pick up the information visually based on the color coordination or coordination of the clown. If I digress one more time, I might as well just end the video. Right, so uh, yeah. I'll tread carefully here. Okay. Um, but it's primarily insectoid out of its unholy trinity. So let's have a little butcher's here. There's Oh well, speaking of unholy trinity, its true form it says here is three floating balls of light. Okay, well this is actually how it manifests in its shape shifting. It's condensed light. Okay, it uses like the electromagnetic field to create its shapes. Its shapes. Um, However, yeah, it's an insectoid. It's arachnids in nature, spider-like in nature. In the book, not so much the films, but in the book, it actually lays eggs. Find out near the end, or at least it's implied that it is female, like the machine mother, who is spider-like and female. See, so just you know, another magpie feather for your cap. Um, Hopefully, I'm not reaching the same way this creature is, but it's just another little point that I felt should be made. Yeah, so octopus, spider, serpent, dragon, Manchurian, Pennywise. See? And it copies, it rewrites Manchurian turtle because although it doesn't seem aquatic in that sense, if you consider the fact that, and I know there's a lot of metaphors here to hell, the fact that it resides in the sewers, that kind of makes it water based in itself, doesn't it? And obviously, yeah, okay, so hell being underneath us as they want us to believe. Okay. There's a few things like that. Um, but that's how I see it. It's trying to copy it. I mean, its original name in the books as well, it didn't go by Pennywise, it went by Bob Gray. How interesting is that? Bob Gray. So Bob, water based once again, and then Gray, okay, which I know you know all about 44 with as I said, the Graylians, Greys being Archons. So, yeah, yeah. I think that about covers that. I missed. Oh, also 10, as in, 10 tentacle. Um, well, 10 10 is as well as X is binary code, right? As I say, machine mother, the machine, the AI. Yeah, so 1001, which I keep leaving to all these robotards that contact us. I shouldn't really reply at all. I'll stop that. I couldn't help myself though. But yeah, it's binary code, so there's that too. Um, yeah, so just something I've been going over in my mind and my heart today. Um, So the last question that I will ask of you all, can you count suckers? Not can you count suckers? Not the Warriors. Can you count suckers? Because the Machine Mother, her suckers, they're losing their grip one by one. So I say The world is ours if we can count each other.